that time for you to hear what flows through my mind, guided from above with messages of love. Ready to go? Welcome to Ruby's Mindful Tarot. Hello everybody, I hope you're having a lovely day so far. So as usual, we're going to start off with some mindfulness, just a brief practice today. So get comfortable, you can close your eyes or lower your gaze into your lap. And just take a brief moment just to notice how you're breathing. That might sound a bit weird, but all that means is just noticing your natural breathing rhythm. Are you breathing quite quickly? Are you taking deep and long breaths? Just take a moment to find out, to observe. And now I would like everybody to take a gentle inhale, so breathing in through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. And again, breathing in positivity and then exhaling out any worries or any stress that you might be carrying today. And one more time. Let the worries go away. Okay, so today's video is about hobbies, so your passions. Hobbies, hobbies, which one is calling you? It's the one that feels most natural to you. So I've already written the spirit writings or the spirit drawings that came to me before I started the video. So there are 3 groups. We've got brown, red and blue. I'll let you see them and then I'll start shuffling the cards. Yep, so we have brown, we have red, and we have baby blue. Take your time just to notice which one is calling you. Brown, red, and baby blue. Spend a few more moments choosing your colour. And if it's more than one, that's okay. Okay, so we're going to start off with the brown group. I'll come to the spirit writings later. Okay, brown group, hello. So we're going to start off with the Moonology cards for you. And again, this video is relating to your hobbies. So any messages that come through are coming from the divine, the spirit world, your spirit guides, to give you some encouragement with what to do about your hobby or hobbies. So for now, just take some gentle deep breaths. So again, breathing in through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. Continue breathing. Okay, moving on to the astrology deck. Right, moving on to the animal oracle deck now. Ooh, that was quick. Yep, that was that. The original tarot deck. Right, we have your cards, brown group. So, starting off with the Moonology, we have, what do you need to release? The waning moon. We have, look at the bigger picture, and that's full moon in Sagittarius. We also have, the answers you need are coming, and bring love into the situation. Of the astrology deck, we have Air and Capricorn. So Air is open-mindedness and learning, and Capricorn is ambition and taking quite strategic steps. Of the animal oracle, we have the armadillo spirit, so setting healthy boundaries. And we have the starfish spirit, open to infinite possibility. That's lovely. And the tarot card that came out for you is the Two of Swords. So, brown group, give me a moment while I channel any messages for you, and then once I'm ready, I'll communicate that to you, along with the spirit writings I did earlier. In the meantime, continue focusing on your breathing. Okay, brown group, so with your hobby, whatever hobby is calling to you in this moment, I do feel that it is something that you like to learn about. So your hobby involves learning in some way. It could be an academic type of hobby, perhaps, but either way, it is something you enjoy learning about. It's something that will open you to a lot of possibility and opportunities. I am feeling that you might have a bit of clouded judgment around it. So with this card in particular, I'm being drawn to look at the snow. And because your colour is brown, that's quite it's an earthy colour, quite grounding. And because there's lots of snow and the message is what do you need to release, I feel like you need to clear the snow away so that your hobby, the earth, can be seen and so it can grow. So any potential negativity, like negative thoughts you might have been having, or any clouded judgment or confusion, I think that's the word, you might have been having a lot of confusion around your hobby. This card is just coming forth to let you know to release that confusion, clear that away so that you can think clearly and so that you can continue learning your hobby with ease and without any confusion. If there's any people around you perhaps or yourself that is maybe giving negative self-talk towards you, try to release that as well. If your hobby is, let's say, learning a language, and say your hobby is learning Spanish, for example, and others around you or yourself, you're looking at other languages to learn at the same time, perhaps leave that alone for a moment and just focus on that main language, Spanish, rather than the other ones. But either way, the message is to clear away, release any confusion so that you can focus on your hobby, continue learning. Yeah, so looking at the bigger picture, looking at what your hobby is and where you want to go with it. So these two together, Sagittarius and Capricorn, this message for you in relation to your hobby. Look at the bigger picture. Where do you see it going? How do you want to manifest it? And Capricorn, the Capricorn spirit is asking you to plan that strategically. So make plans, write it down or draw it out, however you wish, but definitely together. So where do you want your hobby to go? What do you want to do with it? Where do you see it going? And make the practical plans to make that happen. Again, release any confusion. So anything that isn't in alignment with your gift or your hobby, clear that away. Clear that snow away. Again, with the confusion, once you clear that away, then the answers you need surrounding your hobby and where it's going will become clear to you. Definitely bring love into the situation because it is a hobby of yours, it is a passion. So continue pouring, can you see? Continue pouring your love into your hobby. Continue enjoying it, continue loving to learn about it, but definitely bring love and enjoyment towards your hobby. Armadillo spirit, setting healthy boundaries. I feel like this is more with yourself. So like I mentioned about the confusion, you might be unconsciously confusing yourself with regards to your hobby. Just set those healthy boundaries and think, no, this is what I'm doing, this is my hobby. Anything that isn't in alignment with it has to go for now because this is what I'm focusing on. That's the message from this card for you. And then we've got the Two of Swords. So Swords is air within the tarot deck, and you did get the air card, so a lot of air energy, and air is all about learning, communication, verbal activity, studying, logic. So whatever your gift, whatever your hobby is, it definitely has something to do with learning, that's for sure. The fact that it's Two of Swords, you need to have more faith. So try not to worry too much. Try not to have, try not to worry too much. Have faith that this will all work out for you the way it's supposed to. The fact that this was next to the armadillo spirit, I feel like it amplifies the message of setting those healthy boundaries, but with yourself. So not confusing yourself with going left or right or here or there, choosing what you want to do and sticking to that. And again, if something isn't in alignment with that, then it has to go. That's that message for you. Okay, brown group, on to the spirit messages or spirit drawings. This is what I wrote just before the video. You can't see these ones, they're a little bit thinner, but I'll just read it out. So we have brown, we have ground, stability, ability to grow. I feel like that's you. So this hobby of yours, it helps to ground you. And depending on where you wish for it to go and how you wish for it to manifest, it will provide you with stability in some way. And it does have the ability to grow. So you might have been confused thinking this is all it can ever get to. That's not right, or that's not correct, is what I'm feeling from this message. Whatever your hobby is, whatever you are learning about, it really does have the ability to grow much more. And I just drew like the soil and then a seed growing. That's your hobby and its ability to grow. So I also have baby seeds. Watch it grow, don't give up, manifest and water your soil. So those are your messages. With this card in particular, I think that that confirms the message of watching it grow, watering your soil and not giving up. So again, continuing to pour your love and passion into your hobby. And if you just see the image there, the lady pouring water. So that's pouring water onto your soil, onto your gift so it can grow. Okay, brown group, I'll give you a little summary and then I'll move on to the red group. So, you have a hobby. Your hobby, so the one that feels most natural to you, I feel has to do with something you're learning about. Could be a language, could be a type of study. So you might be studying something at the moment or reading, definitely something using your mind, so learning something. It is a hobby and passion of yours. You might have been quite confused with where it's going to go, where it will lead you. The universe is asking you to release any confusion, let that go, and to definitely bring love towards your hobby. Continue enjoying it. Look at the bigger picture of how you wish for it to manifest and what that will look like for you. And then work towards that strategically. So make the practical plans of making that happen. So if it is reading a book, for example, with this Capricorn card, the message would be for you to plan to read your book every day, every night, every other day. Either way, making the plan of how you're going to finish that book. So maybe a chapter a week, or however that looks like for you. So whatever your hobby is, make the plans to continue building it up because it can grow. And this hobby of yours will help to open you up to many opportunities later on. And definitely set boundaries with yourself. So again, if something is getting your attention that isn't in alignment with your hobby and where you want it to go, then clear that away, release that. Okay, brown group, that was you. I'd like for you to just take a gentle inhale now, breathing in through the nose, and then exhaling, releasing any confusion. So breathing in your hobby, and then exhaling any confusion surrounding that. One more time, breathing in your hobby, and exhaling, clearing the way so that it can grow. Right, that was you. If that was your group, you can leave a comment below letting me know what your hobby is. So that was the brown group. Moving on now to the red group. Starting with the Moonology cards. Ooh, okay, so that's yours. Astrology deck. Animal Oracle. Original Tarot deck. Okay, it's quite a lot there. That makes sense since it's the red group, very fiery. That's here. I'm also being called to use my Starseed deck as well. Right. Okay, that's all the cards. So, starting with the Moonology, and this is the red group. And again, this is your passion, so the one that feels most natural to you. We have, quite a lot of green here. A time to give rather than take, and that's new moon in Virgo. Can you see? We also have full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. So you might have been feeling quite doubtful, self-doubtful about this hobby of yours. You could also potentially be a Virgo, because both Virgos came out for you. Of the astrology, we have opposition. So that's imbalance, a point of tension, and a power struggle. That's interesting. We'll come on to that in a moment. We have, of the animal oracle, the pig spirit, so use your mind wisely. We also have ant spirit, time to collaborate. I feel like this is in relation to yourself, collaborating with you. But again, we'll come on to that. Of the original tarot deck, quite a few cards here. So, we have 10 of Swords. We have Judgment. We have 8 of Swords. 4 of Swords. And King of Cups. Quite a few cards for you. And of the Starseed, we have Trust the Timing and the Seeds of Mintaka. Right, so Red Group, quite a lot came out for you. Please give me a moment so I can channel any messages for you, and then I'll communicate that to you. In the meantime, continue to focus on your breathing, and if you need a drink of water, please take that. Okay. Okay, Red Group. So I have your messages. With this, I feel like the universe or your spirit guides, they are calling you. They are calling you through this hobby of yours. So whatever hobby this is, it's definitely one you are meant to be doing. It's definitely something that it could be your calling, perhaps, but the universe is definitely working with you with this hobby of yours. Most definitely. It's time to collaborate with the universe, my dear. So, can you see these cards? Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. Work with the universe with regards to your hobby. So speak to the universe, speak to your spirit guides, your ancestors, whoever that is for you. But definitely work with them with knowing what next steps to take, which direction to go, any questions that you've been having with regards to this hobby or about yourself, speak to the universe, but it is something that they are calling you to do. So if you've been wondering, maybe you shouldn't do this anymore, the answer is no, you should be doing this. But yes, work with the universe through your hobby. You might have been feeling as if you're not good enough for whatever reason. That's not true. You absolutely are. You are good enough. You definitely are. Just open your eyes so you can see that. You are beautiful. You have a serving spirit, because 2 Virgos came up here, and Virgo is all about service. So whatever your hobby is, it might be something that's giving to others in some way. It could be teaching, perhaps. Maybe you're a teacher of some sort. But you are good enough. That's the main message. You are good enough. The universe needs you to do this. Whatever this hobby is of yours, I will say in service, and that can relate any way that it does for you. But the universe is calling you to do this service. It's needed, and it's time to work with the universe so that this can happen for you. But yes, at the moment, I feel like there's a lot of inner struggle, inner tension, perhaps self-doubt. Yes, because we've got the opposition card here. Hope you can see that. It's quite a light card. But yes, I feel like internally there's a lot of conflict and struggle, and potentially confusion, but definitely tension within you. So the cards so far are telling you to definitely continue with this hobby of yours. It's in service in some way, you're helping others, most definitely. Just work with the universe and don't give up, definitely. Right, with your mind, so similar to what I mentioned about the inner struggle or inner tension that you might have been feeling or thinking, these cards here definitely confirm that. We've got the pig spirit, which says use your mind wisely. So don't waste your mental energy on worrying or stressing or filling it with self-doubt. Use your mind wisely. If you need to take time to rest and reflect, most definitely do that. I think that's relevant for you. Definitely rest. Think about how you've been thinking and think about how you can change your mindset, change your thinking pattern so that it's more positive and so that it helps you to grow. But you've been in this energy, so you might have been feeling stuck. You might have been feeling as if you don't know what's going to happen, feeling as though you're trapped in some way, or maybe doing this to yourself mentally. The Ten of Swords here symbolizes that that will be coming to an end. So you'll be moving out of this energy very soon. Take time to contemplate, perhaps meditate. I do have a meditation page on the Insight Timer app. The details are below in the description box. But definitely meditate so that you can use your mind wisely. This hobby of yours, it has great potential, a lot of great potential, and it will bring you emotional fulfillment, most definitely. Emotional fulfillment, yes, within this hobby of yours of service. Trust the timing. Time is not running out. You might have been worrying. So if you've applied for a new job or maybe a course to do within your hobby, you might be worrying about it or that there's a deadline of some sort. But the message here is time is not running out. There is time. Everything happens in divine timing as well. Yes, so just a summary and then I'll read your messages. The universe is calling you quite strongly to work on this hobby of yours that is in service to others. It's time to work with the universe. So no more self-doubt. You are good enough. You most definitely are. This internal conflict or inner stress, the mental stress that you're experiencing, it will be over soon. Take time to rest and meditate and start planning how you can use your mind to your advantage. So using your mind, filling it up with positivity. I do have a meditation on my Insight Timer page called Spring Mind. I think that would be very useful for you. So that meditation is all about clearing out any negative thoughts or stress that we have and then filling that up with positivity. It's a visualization meditation. I feel like that would be very useful for you. So that's called Spring Mind, right? So with this hobby of yours that is in service to others in some way, whether that's teaching or something else, but definitely helping others, this will bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment. Time is not running out. You are good enough. If there's lots of other people in the field, don't worry about that. You are unique, you are different, and you're being called to do this. And you'll be very happy. You'll have a lot of emotional fulfillment with seeing this through. Just don't let the worries get to you. Okay, Red Group, onto your messages. So, I'll let you see that and then I'll go through them. Oh, that's that's interesting. I've got the time there. Okay, so red, needs to spread. To me, needs to spread, that means it needs to be shared. It needs to be heard. It needs to be seen. It needs to happen. Needs to spread. Spread that hobby of yours. So I did feel it was within, is of service to others, so you need to spread that service in the right way for you. Now is the time. So we've had two messages here relating to time. Where is it? So trust the timing. You might have thought, again, that time is running out. It's not. Time is not running out. Now is the time. Now is the right time for you. A deadline hasn't passed. You might have thought it has. It hasn't. Now is the time for you to spread this service, to spread this hobby of yours. Let it be seen, let it be heard, let it be known. Right, we've got ruby red. So ruby is, of course, a crystal, a red crystal. It's a crystal that is very fiery. It's very passionate. It cannot be broken. And it's about your desire. So this hobby of yours, which is in service to others in some way, it's definitely a desire of yours. It's a passion. It makes you feel fiery. So whatever field it is in, you might not be happy with how it is at the moment. So that's what might be firing you up to make change in some way, or just to show your perspective. But it is a desire of yours. If you do have a ruby crystal around, or a crystal that has a bit of ruby in it, so there, or maybe just a colour red, but if you have got a ruby or ruby colour around you, definitely wear that or keep it around you a bit more, because that will help you to not allow your faith to break. Don't break faith. Keep it there. Work with the universe. This is your calling. It needs to be shared. And now is the time. And then I draw a little clock there. Okay, that's your message, red group. You are good enough. You are good enough. You are good enough. Don't let the self-doubt get to you. Listen to some meditation and you will be okay. Right, onto the blue group. So that's baby blue. Right, onto the blue group. Before we start, just take an inhale, please, blue group. And exhale. And again. And exhale. Right. Moving on to the Moonology. moving on to the Animal Oracle deck. The Animal Oracle deck. Straight away, blue group, something came to mind. I do feel like you're a group who likes to laugh, so that's just come to me. Like you like laughter, maybe comedy, or just to tell jokes perhaps. Ooh. Right, quite a lot of animal cards for you. Right, moving on to the astrology deck. Right, moving on to the original tarot deck. Again, this is the blue group. Blue group, while I'm shuffling, please continue to breathe. And whilst you're breathing, I do feel the need to tell you to breathe in through your mouth and then out through your mouth. So that's for the blue group. And whilst you're breathing, just see what hobby comes up for you naturally. continue breathing, blue group, baby blue. Okay, I do feel called to also use the starseed deck for you. Definitely this one. Right, I have your cards, blue group. Thank you for being patient with me. So let's look at them, starting with the Moonology. We have confidence is your key to success, and that's new moon in Leo. We have work through your fears, that's new moon in Scorpio. So a lot of inner work there. Of the animal oracle deck, quite a few. I'll go through all of them. Right, let's start with this one. It's jumping out to me. That's frog spirit. Clear out the clutter. Clear out the clutter. That could be mental clutter or physical space clutter. We'll come on to that. We have vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted. We have whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. So trust what's happening behind the scenes that you can't see yet. We have wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Life lessons. Just move these out the way a bit. We also have sandpiper spirit, so be playful. That's interesting because I did feel earlier that you like to laugh. So be playful, have fun. And then we've got giraffe spirit, see the big picture. Quite a few there. Of the astrology deck, we have Virgo and conjunction. So Virgo, integrity, reverence and service. That came out for the other group, Virgo. And we have conjunction for you. So that's union, merging together, coming together. Oh, there's another one here. So that's the South Node, destined to release. So what are you being called to release? Okay, bear with me one moment. I'll just move these around a bit. Right, of the starseed, we have earthed. So that says learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. So that's a picture there. Okay. Right, and the original tarot deck, again, quite a few here. Ooh, quite a lot of wands, I'm seeing straight away. So we've got the Hermit, we've got the Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Two of Wands. Right, quite a few messages for you, Baby Blue. So please give me a moment while I channel your messages for you, and then I will communicate that to you. And then we'll come on to that in a moment as well. Right. Right, Blue Group, I have your messages now. Hope you can see clearly. Okay, so again, this is about your hobby, so the one that feels most natural to you, or whichever hobby came to mind during all of this. So I feel like you have been working on your hobby, you have been giving it a bit of time, but there might have been a setback in some way. And hence why these cards came up. So the wasp spirit, sometimes life stings. So you might have applied to show your gift in some way, and that might have been rejected or held back or delayed, something that you didn't want. But with the vulture spirit here coming up for you, it's telling you nothing is wasted. So although you've been putting in the time in your craft, in your hobby, and even though that hasn't been accepted in some way, or not necessarily accepted, but maybe not a lot of people are responding the way that you wish for them to respond, or maybe no one's seeing what you're putting out for them. If you did apply for something to show your gift in some way, and like a competition for example, and you didn't get chosen, don't worry, that wasn't wasted. That's the universe's way of preparing you. So don't worry about that. Nothing is wasted. your confidence. I do feel this has a lot to do with laughter. So you might be thinking to be a comedian. You might like to make people laugh in some way through videos or in some way. Definitely laughter is involved, I think. But either way, whatever your hobby is, confidence is your key to success. Be confident. Embody some of that Leo spirit, which is a very confident, fiery spirit. Outgoing, has a lot of courage and just puts themselves out there despite what the response is. So that's the message for you. And be playful. So throughout all of this, throughout your journey of developing your hobby or putting it out there, be playful, enjoy it. So that's what the Sandpiper spirit is telling you. Be playful, enjoy your hobby because you like it. It is something that makes you happy, but just be confident, okay? So those setbacks from before, it was only to make you stronger, okay? So that's that. We do have quite a few cards here. So these three, we've got New Moon and Scorpio, work through your fears. We've got the South Node, things that you are destined to release, so things that you're supposed to let go of in this life. And then we've got Clear Out the Clutter, Frog Spirit. So all of those is confirmation, these three. So that's telling you to let go of your fears. So in relation to your hobby, due to the setback that you may have experienced, that might have knocked your confidence off a bit. You might have received feedback that you didn't like hearing. But whatever the setback was, that now might be a bit of a fear of yours. So that might be preventing you from going forward with your hobby. The message here with these three cards is letting you know, or is encouraging you to let go of that fear. Let go of that. Don't have any self-doubting thoughts. And just clear out the clutter. So yes, I do feel like it's mental clutter. Clear out that clutter, clear out the self-doubt, clear out the negativity, clear out anything that doesn't serve you well in your purpose of pursuing your hobby. Let that go. I know that can take some time, that's alright. Could take a day, a week, a month, or a year, or longer. That's alright, it's your journey. But you are being called to release that. Again, we have the universe here working with you. So we have the Hermit in this picture. I do feel like the universe or your spirit guides for sure is watching over you. So you might have felt alone, particularly when you were knocked back in some way. The universe is watching over you. The universe knows what's happening, and it is all happening for a reason. Trust the great mystery behind it. Although it may seem unfair, trust it. It's making you stronger, so that if you do try again, and when it's successful, you'll be more prepared. Or you'll be more prepared for maybe possible setbacks in the future. You'll be more prepared to deal with them, and you'll be able to use that in making you stronger, quicker. I hope that made sense. I'll give a summary afterwards. So yes, I feel like you've been in your bubble, in your shell a little bit, or the potential setback made you be in your shell. But again, the universe is with you, they're watching you, they know what's happening, they are working for you, not against you. So we've got the conjunction, so that's perfect. A union, merging and coming together. I really do feel like that's the universe and you. So similar to the previous group in this way, the universe is working with you with regards to your gift, your hobby. Just trust them, trust what's going on behind the scenes, trust the process. If you are being declined in some way, or if your hobby is being declined in some way, don't worry, keep going with that, work with the universe and see the bigger picture. So the bigger picture is that the setback was to make you stronger. Maybe, because everything does happen for a reason, maybe the setback was for you to sit back a little bit so that you can review your strategy. So however you went about it first, maybe that was a lesson for you to change your strategy. So rather than doing it this way, you want to do it this way, or you want to, rather than doing it the way that you did, maybe the setback was so that you can think about a different way of doing it. Right. And then the other cards here, we have Page of Wands and Ace of Wands. Very lovely cards. So the Page of Wands is about learning something. So that's this one here. So the page is all about preparing to succeed, being willing to learn. So I think that confirms what I just said about whatever the setback was, whatever knocked your spirit a little bit, it's so that you can embody the Page of Wands energy of preparing to succeed further, of being willing to learn, being willing to grow. We also have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is all about new beginnings. The fact that it's wands. Wands is all about self-expression, action, inspiration, growth. It's fire. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So it makes sense. We've got the Leo again. So the fact that they're together, you're being called to continue learning about your hobby, maybe adjust your approach. And once you do that, new beginnings will come again for you. A new opportunity, I'm hearing. A new opportunity will be given to you. And we do have the Virgo again. So integrity, reverence and service. So I do feel your hobby, again, is a hobby that that is supposed to be shown, or that helps others in some way. Possibly to do with laughter and playfulness. Laughter and playfulness. I feel like that's your hobby, or that's the hobby that's calling you in this reading. So I will give a summary for you, and then we'll get to your lovely spirit readings. Right. So your hobby, whatever that is, whichever one is calling you, so whichever one is on your mind in this moment, you might have been knocked back in some way. You might have got negative criticism, but trust the process, so nothing is wasted. So whoever you told, whoever or however you expressed your hobby, it didn't go to waste. It might feel like it, but it didn't. That's the universe's way of preparing you of what's to come. It's also that you can grow to be stronger in your hobby. Be confident, because you are. You might be a Leo already or have Leo type of energy, but regardless, confidence is your key to success. Keep being confident. Use that setback as an advantage in some way by revisiting your strategy and your approach. You might need to change your direction of your hobby, so maybe a different audience, or a different, a different strategy, a different audience, just a different direction perhaps. Let go of your fear. So you might be thinking that maybe you're not good enough now, or maybe this is the wrong hobby for you. Let go of that. So let go of that fear, have the confidence, clear out that mental stress, clear out the mental clutter, let that go. Definitely let that go, but take your time with it, and do know that the universe is working for you and not against you. That's confirmed with the conjunction card here. Working with you, not against you, okay? A new opportunity is coming for you, maybe sooner than you think, definitely. So continue being confident. The setback you received, it's to help you grow. The universe is working on you. Release any clutter. So release any self-doubt, any negative self-talk. Release that. Release that, release that, release that. You might be interested in feng shui. So that's, I think it's Chinese or maybe Japanese, but it's an Asian, it's to do with how you arrange your house and items you place at specific points in your house. So it's Feng and then Shui, feng shui. Definitely look into that. Maybe you need to clear out, as well as clearing out the mental clutter, perhaps you need to clear out the energetic clutter within your home space or your room. So I do know, well, with regards to the wealth corner, I believe that it's the furthest to the left. So the corner that's the furthest to the left of your room or your home, have a look there. Is it cluttered? Is there lots of maybe books or papers in the way? Start clearing that out, start organising. That might help you in succeeding with your hobby. That just came to me. Yeah, I think that's it for you. So continue being confident. Whatever setbacks you had or whatever negative criticism, use that to your advantage. Change your strategy, grow stronger, and don't give up, because a new opportunity is coming for you. You will have the chance to do this again. And it does make people happy. It's of service to others. And if it is in laughter, laughter is medicine for people. Yeah, definitely continue. And just see the bigger picture of all of this. So the universe is working with you in this hobby so that you can be the best that you can be. Yeah, that's your message, Blue Group. So you're a lovely group. I do feel that. Lovely group. It's just that your confidence might have been knocked back a bit by some feedback. Don't worry. You will be stronger. Universe is working with you, and you will make people you will make people happy. You will make them laugh. Right, onto your messages. A lot came out for you. I hope you can read it, but there it is. So let's see what I wrote. Baby Blue. So we've got to rest so you can think before you manifest. What do you really want to do? Let it come to you. Baby Blue. And then we've got the crystal blue lace agate for you. I'm just going to read that out again. So Baby Blue. To rest so you can think before you manifest. I think that's perfect. So that's exactly what the card said. So the message of you needing to maybe sit back for a minute, think about what you want to do, how you want to do it, how you want to manifest. Yeah, so this is confirmation, most definitely. I'll read it out again. Baby Blue. To rest so you can think before you manifest. What do you really want to do? Let it come to you. So let it come to you naturally. Baby Blue. Blue lace agate. So the blue lace agate crystal, it looks like this. So I'll just read out words that get my attention, that I feel I need to say to you. We've got acceptance and balancing. So if that means something to you, perhaps you could meditate on that. So maybe you need more self-acceptance, or to accept any criticism that you did receive, if it was constructive. Acceptance and balance. Oh, that's perfect. Wow, okay. So I'll read that message for you. It says, and this is blue lace agate, it says, drawing this card indicates a need to quietly contemplate your purpose. Are you steadily working in the direction you need to, or are you blissfully moving forward? I think that means, are you like rushing forward? So that's absolutely perfect. I'll read that again. Blue Group. So, drawing this card indicates a need to quietly contemplate your purpose. Are you steadily working in the direction you need to, or are you rushing forward? So that's absolutely brilliant. Now, all of this is confirmation, so I will give another summary because this makes perfect sense. So, blue group, your hobby, I feel like it's in service to others, particularly with the throat chakra, so with communicating or laughing, but it's very playful either way. You might have had a setback in some way. Use that to your advantage. Don't let it get to your head. Don't let it put you off in any way, because the universe is working with you. They want you to do this. But any constructive criticism that you received, or any redirection, so any rejection, or any if you've been declined in some way for an application, use that to contemplate on whether that's the right strategy for you, whether you need to change your direction in some way. Yes. Yes, so that's you, baby blue group. Hope that made sense. But you are a lovely group, I do feel that. You like to make people laugh in some way, and you will. Just contemplate whether you need to change your direction or your strategy. But do be confident, because it is within you. Right. Okay, everybody, those were your readings. So we have the brown group, the red group, and the blue group. So I hope you enjoyed your messages. So all of these were in relation to your hobby. Could be several hobbies, or maybe one particular hobby that was getting your attention. So again, the hobby that comes to you most naturally, so your gift perhaps. But either way, a hobby that you enjoy. I hope you enjoyed your messages. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that's coming through for me to communicate to you. I'm hearing rest and recover. I don't know if that's still in relation to the blue group, but any group, or maybe all groups, if that resonates for you, then there you go. Rest and recover. Drink water, have a bath, and take it easy on yourself. That's what I'm feeling to say to you. So, thank you for listening to the reading of this week. If you liked hearing me speak, then comment below with the colour of your group or with your hobby, so whichever hobby came to mind during the reading. I think that's it. So like, comment below and subscribe, and that's it. So thank you and have a lovely day.